Hello survivors and welcome to another Silly Saturday. In today's video we are going to be playing with the skill Frozen Shard, where it says that the damage caused is based on the number of stacks of Icy Veins, which is quite handy because with the new character we received 3 new runes. Those are for Icy Veins, so every time we receive form we gain a chance to get a stack of Icy Vein. Every time we trigger Icy Vein there's a chance that it doesn't get triggered. It's a 20% chance. Now with regards to this enduring cold, ladies and gentlemen, please watch the entire video and let me know down in the comments section how many times you saw Icy Vein over here proccing. So that is the icon over there. Tell me how many times you see it actually go over 20 stacks and if this rune is even worth taking or not. So let's get straight into it. For the runes we are running Skill Mastery Electric, Endless Refill, Skill Mastery Swing, with Synergetic, Frozen Blood, Enduring Cold, and Improved Reparatory. The skills we went for were Glacial Trident and, well, Frozen Shard, which are the 2 skills that come with the first weapon for the Myrmidon. We then run Jupiter Spear and Energizer because they have low cooldowns and they provide us with Electrified. We then run Quick Strike for the Form and Haste, and then we run Twin Dagger for the haste and finesse, and then we run Slash for finesse and bulwark. So the whole plan here is for us to stack Icy Veins, but also for us to get as many of the buffs as possible so we can maybe push this build a little bit further. So what we do is we actually get form from our character's skill tree. We then got form from from Quick Strike, or you can use the Sharp Spear or Spear Throw, whatever it's called. Those 2, either or, doesn't really matter. We got Quick Strike, so we're using it. They both have form to haste, form and haste, so we're going to get form to haste as an upgrade or buff, and then we get haste to finesse, finesse to bulwark, and then bulwark to whatever it's aptitude. So you know, at least we get all the way up to aptitude over there, and it's going to be really, really good. But let's get straight into it. You can see it took us 4 minutes and 52 seconds to get over here. We are looking really good, and you know, you can just make your own assumptions of what you think is going to be the most amount of damage this run. I'm not going to show you, but I can tell you already what is going to be the highest, and it is going to really, really blow your mind at the end of the cycle over here. Maybe we'll do 2 cycles, we'll see how it goes, depending on how many skill chains we get. That is the point to most of this. That's why we're also using very low cooldown skills, all of them you know, trying to get them all under a second. But once we get them all under a second, then we look at those skill chains. That's the point of using all these skills. I was like, you know, how do we get something so that we can skill chain you know, anything into us so we get more damage based on that. Again, do remember that you are meant to be focusing on the Icy Veins on my character's head and letting me know how many times it goes over 20 stacks, and we'll figure out whether or not that rune is actually worth it. So please do pay attention to that while I tell you about the rest of the build. Alright, so we do want damage for that. That is our main damaging skill. You can see the damage per stack is 284. It will be going up a lot more, hopefully, as we provide more damage over there. So it did actually go up to 288 just by picking up a general power strike. So that's really good to know. If we do want the damage to go up even higher, we can just grab those ones over there. Skill chain, fantastic. Just the wrong typing, unfortunately. That was ice to electric, not electric to ice. But it's not the end of the world. There we go. We get a swing to electric, which is fantastic. That's exactly what we're looking for, with a lot more cooldown frequency. We don't need the expansive, and we're just going to grab that damage over there. Not really the most important, but it's fine to get it. We no longer need critical strike because we've already got the crit upgrade from our form. Alright, a nice other legendary on the multicast chance over there as well. So you can see already got 50% crit, 200% damage, and 140% multicast chance. Just melting those bosses into oblivion. Very, very nice to see. This is just fantastic. This character is amazing. I love it when they bring out new characters. One, I actually love the fact that the Ascension, it changes the entire arena, makes it so that everything is raining. Also, it's another way of knowing whether your Ascension is up or not. If you don't really focus at the bottom of the screen, at least you can focus on, you know, the whole entire screen and know that, you know, your Ascension's not up because you don't have that available for you. We don't need area of effect on that skill. We're not worried about the slow stacking, which is what the area of effect will affect on it. So we don't really necessarily worry about that. Here is our first buff We get form to haste, beautiful. We don't want bleed and that, so we're not worried about that. How many of these do I have? I've got 2 already, so we're going to banish it. We've been seeing it a lot, so we don't want it, and therefore we get rid of it, especially if it keeps taking up a slot, you know, just because it's there all the time, we get rid of it. The only gripe I have with this build is I can't see anything on the floor. I think we do need a setting in the game where we can put the AoEs of the bosses and that on top of our AoEs. I know there are a lot of survival games that do that already, where you have the option to put the enemy's AoEs on top of yours. That would make it less likely for us to want to turn the visibility down for when we're playing. Because, I mean, look at how much AoE is on the floor for us to not see anything. Not that I mind, it's not really that big of a deal, especially for how we playing, but I do know that it affects a lot of people. So Blessings of the Depth, we do have another build that we are looking for that has a lot of RNG, where we try and collect as many of these as possible, but that is for another silly Saturday. That one's going to take quite a long time to get because, again, it's very RNG, and it does use quite a bit of runes that we never ever see people running because they are quite hectic to use. Yeah, it's a hectic one over there, but you know, that's for another plan. Another idea. I have so many ideas for this character, it's madness. Alright, not the damage upgrades we want. We just do a little reroll there, get some more cast frequency. There's finesse to bulwark, that's perfect. We can still get a bulwark to aptitude as well, which will give us a huge damage increase as well. And we are sitting on 123 stacks. Oh, actually quite a decent amount of stacks of finesse, a decent amount of stacks of form. Haste is getting there as well. So, you know, we stacking up over there. Bulwark is already on 142, which is fantastic as well, because we need that defenses. There isn't any purity or any other healing in the build, which is a bit unfortunate. We could maybe add it somewhere, somehow, if we got rid of the electric skills and you wanted to play with, you know, the R skills or whatever the case may be. But that's besides the point of what this video is about. I just thought we'd make it like really defensive and offensive at the same time, which is really fun and cool to see. I mean, just look at that. We completely destroyed those bosses. I don't know where they went. That felt really, really quick. Let's go one more round with it and see how it fares in the Overlord cycle too. This is a really, really, really enjoyable build, especially when you see it melting the last set of bosses just like that. That is insane. I'm not sure why the devs decided to make Twin Dagger a swing skill, but the fact that we're using it today for this build, you know, that's fine. If it was thrust, then we could have gone completely thrust and arse. It probably would have helped us a lot more, but because it's swing, that's fine as well. It served the purpose. It gave us exactly what we needed, which was haste and finesse. And oh, just look at that damage. The bosses, they were here and then they are gone. It is beautiful to see. More cast frequency. There's a bulwark to aptitude. We'll see how many stacks of it we can get. I forgot to take the damage over there. That's a bit of a schmucko move over there, but I hope you guys are still concentrating on that Icy Veins number and whether or not. I was going to use the third rune, the one that gives you critical damage based on, you know, whether you've consumed a stack of Icy Veins already or not, and then I was like, maybe because it says, you know, you gain that based on consumption of Icy Veins, maybe it forces your character to use the Icy Veins instead of collect them. You know, it has some negative effect of it with the other runes. So I was like, you know, let's try it without it, and then this just worked out really, really well, even without the Icy Vein stacking. But it just means that the actual skill isn't going to be dealing as much damage as it can be doing, because we aren't able to stack that Icy Vein as much as we want to. Still sitting on a decent 326 damage over there, so that's pretty good as well. And the fact that we are sitting with quite a decent amount of locks and rerolls also puts us in a really, really good spot here. There we go, multicast on the Twin Dagger. So very strong build. Maybe instead of like endless refill, we could go for a material harvester or a efficient extractor as well if you wanted, because you don't really need the rerolls, and that it seems to be pretty decently strong anyway. But I'm sure there are other builds that we might be able to figure out that we can use to farm materials if you want to keep up with like using new characters, like we did with the engineer, where they had a material harvesting, a material farming build, which worked out to be really, really strong. I have no idea what this build's going to look like on YouTube. Unfortunately, they don't really do us justice with the videos and the encoding. You know, if you aren't a big YouTuber, or if you don't upscale your video to 4K, then YouTube gives you a really bad codecs, or, you know, it's just the way it works, unfortunately. So, you know, guys, watch the video so we can get a good codecs running. We'll go for disarray, multicast. There's more ice to electric. We are getting everything but the one we want. It's a bit unfortunate, and we keep getting chain upgrades as well. Not bad. I forgot to mention Jupiter Spear has distracted in the build as well, so at least the bosses are going to deal less damage there as well, so even more survivability, yay! This is a sick build. I don't know, let me know down in the comments section, as I mean, it doesn't really help if you let me know. You're going to watch the end of the video and then you can say something, but let me know if you expected the top skill to be what it was, and let me know if you thought, you know, let's go with the top 4 skills. Let me know, there's one ability there that we'll get to right now, and let me know if you thought that would be there and if that surprises you or not. If it surprises you, then maybe you need to play with this type of skill more in the future. So here we are at the end. We didn't really get anything more going there, but really, really cool. Let's go through the portal. Let me know what you think about the skill and the actual build. I thought it was pretty fun. It did a decent amount of damage, and let me know. There you go, we got Glacial Trident dealing the most amount of damage. It is the new chain skill. I love it. It looks really cool, and it deals quite a lot. You get 4 chains, each jumping 3 times. Same with the Jupiter Spear. So you know, it's kind of weird. How does this one do? Okay, it's like nearly triple the damage, so that makes a lot more sense, but also a lot more multicast. But if you have a look at the damage charts, let me know if you thought that Lightning Discharge would be the second most amount of damage, and not by a little bit. I mean, that's a lot of damage more. So let me know if you thought that Lightning Discharge, which is the effect of Electrified, if you thought it was going to be over there. Frozen Shard, we did manage to get it in the top 5, and we actually got our Ascension dealing more damage than Jupiter Spear. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.